In New York, up, and New York City, up in Big Apple. Am I here to fix the Jets and the Giants? I sure am. Excited to be here. I love being in New York. As anybody who knows me knows, we have so much to get to. We are hours away from an AFC North bout, a little ba-ba-ba between the Steelers. They want to move to 9-2. There's like fake fur flying off this jacket already. They got the Browns. They're trying to keep pace in the chase for home field in the AFC. Luke Kuechly, he's a brilliant football mind. He is a surefire Hall of Famer. He is joining us. He's here to make us smarter on a Thursday. He's been watching lots of Chiefs tape because the Panthers got the Chiefs this week, who just are coming off a loss. We'll see how that goes. And we've got TJ Watt on one side, Myles Garrett on another. Who wins? I know they don't face each other. That's, by the way, the mansplaining of, okay, TJ Watt and Myles Garrett, it's not like they're out there against each other. Shut up, I'm not dumb, I know. Niners, Packers on Sunday, we're going to break that down as well. And Dion Dawkins, who, for the first time ever, I might have more energy than because I'm drinking coffees like Tic Tacs. Right now, Bills All-Pro tackle Dion Dawkins, he is here. He's taking your questions. Tweet the show. And why might it end differently for Buffalo when all is said and done in January and February? We'll get into it. Wake up, San Francisco. I'm Rebecca Donaldson. I'm Danny Tanner.
Did you?
And I'm Danny Tanner.
And I'm Danny Tanner.
And this is Wake Up, San Francisco. We're in New York, beautiful skyline. We're at our favorite studio. I'm not going to show it because people will be waiting outside to see you.
Sorry, I was distracted by whatever's happening. Did you run into Sasquatch on your way to New York?
I did, and we made sweet love, and I ended up looking like this. No, I flew in very late, and what I did was I went to, I'm balling on the budget. I'm going to be, how do I explain this to the audience? That makes me look not unhinged completely.
I don't think there's any
It's not
way.
real fur. Nobody line up on Fifth Avenue to throw paint at me. No, thank you. I went to Zara. In LA, and I purchased a couple of things that I will wear here while I'm in New York that I will then donate. I've done this move a couple of times because I hit up the H&Ms of the world, and H&M actually takes donations, which is nice for women who need them. And then I'm not going to have to take winter wear with me to a sunnier destination. Is that crazy? Is that crazy?
No, way to make me feel like a jerk.
Oh
but
yeah, there you go. And so when you do that, then you can take some. You can be bold with it, you know?
You can make some aggressive moves.
Do boldly
And I also
want to
say, it does not look like this here today.
Why?
We have had the most beautiful fall, I think, in the history of New York. And then you show up, and it's miserable here.
I'm here. I flew all
love
the way
having
here.
you.
I flew all the way here to defend the honor of Joe's Pizza. That's why I'm really here. And I like the industry, and I'm friends with those guys, and they're big football fellows, and that's like the new hot spot in town. But Joe's is the OG, and Kyler Murray waltzing into town to say, this is too saucy, I don't like it, it's okay. Like, I got a problem with that, and I'm here to defend this turf that I loved so long, almost 15 years I was here in New York.
He's not wrong. I think, Joe's Pizza's fine. I don't think it's bad pizza, but I would agree it's a little overrated.
I feel like I'm in my production class in college at Mizzou, where it's like that's what the way we're looking at each other and like handling each other. Why is he giving me shit, you guys? Why nobody let him do this?
It's been too long. We haven't seen each other since the training camp tour. I gotta make up for lost time.
Luke Kuechly's nice to me. You know who's sometimes nice to me? Dion Dawkins. He's gonna give me a little. He's gonna get a little. It'll be great. We got an amazing slate, and it all kicks off tonight. AFC North, like I said, Steelers. Browns, Pittsburgh 3.5-point faves. We're going to get into this in a sec. What kind of stands out to you?
I'm looking at that Cardinals-Seahawks game. It's fascinating. Arizona's getting 1.5 points at Seattle. If the Cardinals win this one, I think I'm ready to get on your side here and say that they win the NFC West. Kyler's been fantastic, as you talked about yesterday.
Out on Kyler.
The defense is playing well. Oh, the Joe's Pizza thing, you're out now?
A little bit. I got questions. What else? Pats?
What about you?
Dolphins, Pats. Love that. Miami, 7.5-point faves. They're at home. Let's go with this 3-game win streak. Let's get right back on the fringe of the AFC playoff picture. They're sort of finding themselves, you can tell. I like the nonverbals I'm seeing. I think those are important. I'm locking in. The Pats, this has been my thing. They're unpredictable. I will do everything you want on FanDuel Sportsbook. I will not pick for or against the Patriots. I think it's a tough one. Nobody wants them. Drake May's playing well. This is going to come down to the wire. Are you also looking at... Hello? Are you also looking... Why are we still on this? Hello. Are we looking at the zit on my chin? Look how bad that is. Do you see this?
I don't see anything.
I have a...
Literally see nothing.
Well, I have a world's class one. I got a real... Yeah, don't look at me. I made a bet with my makeup artist how many times I'd bring up the zit on my chin during the show. We've hit the over at 1. We've got some props. We'll do some hunches with Luke Kuechly, who'll be joining us. But should we dig into tonight's game?
Yeah, let's do it. You ready to kick? You're tired of me already?
Are you getting out of here?
Yeah.
No, I kind of like it. It's coffee talk. Yeah. Oh, man, he's out of there. Let's do it. Then I'm going to take this stool and move it over here. When you look at this matchup between the Steelers and the Browns, and the Steelers, you know, I'm quoted everywhere saying they're going to the Super Bowl. I hope I'm right. I think I might be. Do I think they take the division? I absolutely do. But it's a divisional game. It's not going to be a walk in the park for the 8-2 Steelers against the 2-8 Browns team. It's not, okay? They're always weird. And then you throw, speaking of weird, a wild card in Jameis Winston into the mix. And then it's chaos. You don't know what's going to happen. And this is a Jameis who took out the Ravens, who we know and love and are playing on Christmas. Can't wait to see that, as are the Steelers. Since he was named the starter in Week 8, Jameis has led the NFL in passing. Did you guys know that? It's a fun little tidbit as you walk towards the water cooler and hang out with Alice from accounting this morning. You know he's going to freaking let it rip out there. He's going to take his shots. He's a little reckless in a perfect way that I really enjoy. He would buy a fake fur coat from Zara any day of the week, and Hamilton wouldn't question it. Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, they're making plays for him. It's working, but there are also opportunities for the Steelers DBs to make plays, and I think that's sort of what this is going to boil down to tonight. Can the Steelers put the kibosh? Can they limit big plays? And they're going to get the chance. James is going to give them a couple chances to cash in. Can you create a turnover? We, for the first time, hand up, should have given love a long time ago, Steelers GM Omar Khan. What an incredible job he's doing. An exquisite situation out there with the picks he's made, the draft, the foundation, adding the things and the guys and the dynamos and the game changers like Patrick Queen. But one thing that we haven't talked about a lot, and Hamilton put this on my radar as I was drinking 9 wines and taking NyQuil yesterday, sitting in front of Julianne Moore, shout out. He's given this thing, Omar, a complete facelift over the last 2 years. We don't talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers secondary enough. A lot of other stars, I get it. But last year's second rounder, Joey Porter, amazing. This offseason, he picks up corner Dante Jackson. In the whole Deontay Johnson trade and swap with Carolina. Jackson, what is he doing? He's leading the Steelers in pass breakups. He has 3 picks this year. He signed former Dolphin Deshaun Elliott to a 2-year deal, and he's second on the team in tackles. He's brought an attitude, a tone-setting vibe to this group that we saw in camp. We went to Latrobe. It was the first time I was there, and it's like meat and potatoes isn't even the word. Like, it's intense. It is a 10. They're fighting each other. They're battling for. There's a pride thing there. What?
Oh, there's like an old school football vibe to that team that we didn't see in any of the other camps. You're right.
There's something there, and I like that ad because he sort of leads that pack, or you sort of personifies him and what this very group really is. And then after the draft, what did Omar Khan go do? He scooped up an undrafted corner, and Beanie Bishop out of West Virginia. And Beanie, by the way, now starting at nickel. How many interceptions does he have in a rookie season? 3 in that division. Read it and weep, guys. This group has allowed 9 touchdown passes the whole year. 9 times, okay, Bueller style, while racking up 11 interceptions. They've allowed the second lowest passer rating in the entire league. This has been an incredible transformation. Why it's not getting enough love, I'm only thinking it's because you've got a star with Russell Wilson in a quarterback situation. You've got added pieces midseason, which is exciting for the Steelers, and you also have the names like the TJ Watts that are dominating the headlines. Lots to talk about with this Steelers squad. They're going to get the chances. Can they cash in tonight against Jameis Winston? What's next? What are we doing? What? Props? Oh, what's going on? Let's do props. Let's take a look at the prop. Gronk was on yesterday. We did props. Here's mine. Jerry Jeudy, 44.5 receiving yards over. What's his man score? Najee Harris over 65.5 rush yards, and Najee, I believe, will be the anytime touchdown scorer. And then if you look over at Gronk's here, he said Russell Wilson over. Is that kind of a disrespectful line, Hammy? Half a passing touchdown? What's the deal with that?
he's been putting up some touchdown passes. That's he's giving George Pickens a chance to make those leap and grabs in the end zone.
Winston passes quite a lot, over 204.5 passing yards, and Nick Chubb anytime touchdown score. How I evaded why he picked Chubb as Gronk yesterday.
It's a great
We were
point.
rushed. We were against the clock, so that didn't work very well. I actually like Gronk's picks a lot. So if you want to have fun, guys, FanDuel offering a promo. All customers get a 30% profit boost token to use on any live wager for the Steelers-Browns game. That's tonight, hours away. Get it over to FanDuel Sportsbook, download that puppy, and take a look at some of the props. There's over 500. Rob and I, we go at it. I'm winning. And then continue, you guys can boost anything you want. You can pick between Gronk and I. You can mix them up. You can make your own -200 odds or longer for Thursday night football. We got Luke Kuechly on the show. We got Dion Dawkins on the show. I thought we could touch base, though, a little bit, touch on the game of the weekend, in my opinion. It's the Niners going to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Do I wish the Niners were a little more dominant? Do I wish they weren't 5-5 going into this? Kind of, but it does make this very interesting because Green Bay, they're looking for some revenge. They have a heartbreaking playoff loss to this team, but they've got some good steam. They just had a beautiful win over the Bears, all of that. Robert Saleh is the connective tissue, which I find very interesting. Saleh, let's not forget, not only the DC in San Francisco under Shanahan for 4 years, but they've known each other like 2 decades. They were together from the Texans. They know one another. Who does it benefit? Probably Shanahan. Matt LaFleur, he's got familiarity with Shanahan in his own right. Saleh, though, sort of sees him with a different lens, right? Because he went up against Kyle's offenses every day in practice. He knows how the butter is churned. I don't know where that, I've never said that in my entire life. To know something defensively, I think, is to know it in a different way. And I don't know who gets the benefit here. But let's listen to LaFleur. Here's his reaction when he asked if Saleh, who he brought in after he was let go by the Jets, what has he been doing? How helpful has he been giving insight leading up to this Niners bout this week?
He's been helpful. He's doing a great job, too. He always gives us a nugget. I mean, there's plays that come up within discussion that we've been running in games that have been pretty successful.
We're going to have more from Matt LaFleur a little bit later in the show because he was talking about Saleh's investment, his impact in last week's game against the Bears, and so on and so on. But you saw the smile, okay? That wasn't like sponsored by Invisalign right there. That was real. That was the real deal here. I'm going to get into specifics with Luke on this, but I did think it was important to bring up, and I find it fascinating that he's helping the offense after specializing in defense for 20 years in the league. So I'm sure part of that is, so he doesn't step on Halfley's toes. That's really working quite well. But he's got a unique vantage point we're going to get into with our guy. Okay, should we take a break? Let's do it. Let's take a break and get set for Luke Kuechly, who'll be joining us, Dion Dawkins. A very defensive show on the program, which is fine because Matt Hamilton's being offensive the entire time. Kuechly is here! Yay! Wow, I'm so glad you didn't get a job tapping kegs. How come everybody on The Sopranos can wear a fur coat and you don't blink an eye and it's your favorite television show, but I put on a little something and you... What is that, huh? I have a question.
Yeah.
If Kat...
Are you Carmela now?
Yeah. If Kat... I don't really know. Is Carmela a bad character? Complicated?
She's a complicated character.
Give me her in a sentence. She loves him?
She does. But, there's the constant push and pull between her morals and the lifestyle.
Does she know what he's up to?
Oh, yeah.
Is she
Not
involved?
the full extent, no.
Has she ever killed anyone?
But that's the thing. She kind of looks the other way and enjoys the perks while he does unspeakable things.
Has she ever killed anyone?
No. But what were you going to say? If Kat? Yeah.
If Kat wore this, you wouldn't bat a freaking eye.
No.
Kuechly wore this, you wouldn't bat an eye.
Kuechly, I would. It's a little out of character for Kuechly.
I need another coffee. I need another coffee. Okay, we got Kuechly. I'm excited about this. I was like, are you Vegas Matt? That's what I thought. I literally go, should we have a brand
legally change my
situation?
name?
What's happening?
Oh.
Did you see this, that I have to do right now? The one coming out of break.
Coming out of break, yeah.
Which airline is offering Shake Shack?
Delta.
Delta. Now, when is that starting? Let's look that up. There's your headline for today. That's what I read. Shake Shack being offered.
Great day to be a silver medallion.
I feel like, what would we trying to get the bad of it?
That's a good point.
How is it different than sitting next to somebody housing a sea bass? The smell?
I hear
you.
Flights out of Boston on December 1st.
Oh, it's fine.
So it sounds like it's only flights out of Boston starting December 1st.
Why are only flights out of Boston? They're just like trying it. So you're saying the smell. I've never sat on a plane with somebody bringing McDonald's next to me ever in my life. Is that a thing?
That's because you sit next to celebrities eating pudding. Like, yeah, Chilean sea bass.
You guys inferred the Chilean. I think one of the riskiest things one of the diciest things that you got to be a real risk taker to eat airplane sea bass. Okay, but that probably smells. Thank you so much.
What's happening?
That probably smells disgusting. I think it's exciting. Why haven't we done this sooner? Why haven't we figured out this sooner? You could have if there's going to be a Devontae Adams Taco Bell flight. Slot superstar. Wow, nice to meet you, Vegas Matt. He's sharing a special offer. I love this. He needs a fur coat. I will send it to him. FanDuel Casino customers is awesome. You can opt in and bet $50 or more on Mystery of the Lamp Treasure Oasis. What a fun name. You can get 15 bonus spins. This is awesome. Do not wait. The offer ends Thursday, November 21st. We got lots going on, and now quite a guest.
Some loop chance here in the stadium. Kuechly, you are beautiful. That man's a tackling machine. You, Kuechly, what more can you do?
Let's do this. I've missed him. 5-time first-team All-Pro linebacker, Panthers radio analyst, a brilliant football mind, and he's not going to talk about it because he's too humble, but here it comes. Semi-finalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame 2025. Woo, 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 Kuechly.
It's great. It's fun. It's good to be back. Last couple weeks, nothing. We were in Germany. Panthers got a win. We've gone 3 weekends, and Panthers are on a roll right now, 2 in a row, and then now we get to go play the Chiefs this weekend. So we will see what happens.
I love how you completely ignored the Hall of Fame.
I'll let you talk about it. I'll let you talk about it.
No, Chris and I were like, do we even put it in there? Do we even put it in there? He's going to roll right over it. But you brought up an interesting point, and I have a theory. Would you like to know what that is?
I'd love to hear it.
The Panthers, everyone, are undefeated since Luke Kuechly broke the Panthers' drum in Germany. I don't know what it was. Luke, follow this. I've never seen it get broken. I don't know how you did that. He's in Germany. He destroys the drum, and all of a sudden your Panthers are playing lights out.
Maybe I was just motivated by how well the Panthers were playing, and I got a little oomph on that drum. But I tell you what, that game environment and that energy in that stadium, it was like a playoff game, it was cold. It was at night. The fans were everywhere. The sidelines were packed pregame. Every network had a booth on the sideline. It was my favorite kind of grass where it's a little bit damp. It's a little bit soft. It's going to give off good color when you fall on the ground and make a tackle.
Wow.
It was one of the best environments for a game that I've been in a long time. It was really cool, and for our guys to win the way they did in overtime with Eddie kicking that field goal, it was super cool.
Take that, everyone who says, oh, we're playing in a different stadium, the grass is going to be trash, the turf's going to be terrible. Kuechly loved it. I get to test my theory about the drum and the Panthers and you up against the Chiefs this weekend.
Okay.
Coming off a bye, there's that. They took a loss, their first of the season. Kansas City fans are concerned as I'm watching and seeing things unfold here, we're trying to poke holes in this team. What concern, what weakness could there be? They didn't sack Josh Allen. What are you seeing with the pass rush?
Well, they're struggling to get anything really outside of Chris Jones and Karlaftis. I mean, they're not getting much from their edge guys. I mean, the guys coming off the edge, Karlaftis is really the only guy that's doing much. I mean, obviously they traded for Uche at the deadline, but in order for them to get pressure right now, they have to send 5 guys, and that obviously makes coverage in the back end a little bit more difficult. So I think Spags is trying to figure out, obviously every team is a little bit different, but on the defensive side of the ball for them, obviously Jalen Watson is out, but their inability to generate rush with 4 guys, especially on the perimeter of that defense, is giving them some problems on the defense side of the ball. I mean, they're still a top 10 defense in points per game, but that pass rush for them, as the season goes on, they need to find a way to kind of get that going with 4 guys.
I imagine they'll get it going against the Panthers at home because of that loss. Any chance that you're willing to go for the upset special?
You know what? I like our guys right now. I mean, it's definitely an uphill battle for us, but I think we've played really well on the offensive line this year. I think our tackles have done a good job. We've been good inside. I think if we can continue to run the ball with Chuba, and then hopefully we get a little bit of the rookie in there this week. He's been battling back from the ACL. If we can control the ball, make it third and manageable, and have them bring a 5th guy in the pass rush, I think we've got a chance on the offensive side of the ball. But it's an uphill battle for us. Obviously, the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones. This is going to be, over the last 3 games, this is going to be the biggest test that we've had. So I'm excited at home. There should be a great crowd, but I want to be optimistic. We got our hands full this weekend.
Luke, they don't have a broken drum, those Chiefs, do they?
No. But hey,
Kuechly, broken drum rule.
I'm trying. I think the big thing for us defensively too is you watch that Bills game. They did a really good job on 3rd down and man-to-man coverage on the defensive side of the ball, and they kept Mahomes in the pocket. I think when he gets dangerous is when he can escape and extend plays, and then him and Kelce get off script and the timing's all wrong and it's hard to guard him. I think what Buffalo did a really good job of last week was they played tight coverage, and then their pass rush was super disciplined. There wasn't, Ed Oliver was in his rush lane, Greg Rousseau was in his rush lane. Their games and all their inside stunts and TEs and everything was so coordinated that they did a great job of keeping Mahomes in the pocket and make him, he can beat you from in the pocket, outside the pocket. But if you can limit him to just staying in the pocket, it gives you a better chance to have success on 3rd down.
Love that. That's happening Sunday, but we can't jump the gun here because we got a big game tonight. It is Thursday Night Football, hours away from Steelers-Browns, some grudge match stuff going on. And there's a little something grudgy, a little something going on between 2 of the best pass rushers in the league. You're smiling. You're the first perfect person to talk to about this. Back in February, Myles Garrett wins Defensive Player of the Year. When that happened, TJ Watt said and posted, quote, "Nothing I'm not used to." Okay? All is said and done, all is fine in love and war and DPOYs. And then Myles this week leading up to tonight said this.
I've never complained about the trophy not being in my house, and vice versa. He shouldn't be feeling 2 ways about it going to me. No, he didn't say nothing to me. Now he got to apologize when I see him.
What do you think of that?
Look at him smirking. That I love that. I love the smirk. I love him saying it. He knows that TJ's super talented. You could give it to any of those guys every year. And I think, you look back on kind of, you have your rivals that you watch how they're doing each week. You appreciate their game. I mean, when I was playing, there were 2 backers that were in our linebacker class that when I was drafted, it was Bobby Wagner and Levante David.
Yep.
And I would always watch him. Obviously, Levante was in the division very similar to TJ and Myles Garrett. And then Bobby was on the West Coast with Seattle. And you love watching from afar. And I think my rookie year, there was the Defensive Player of the Year award. And it was it was probably a coin flip between Bobby and I. You could have given it to Bobby, and it would have made sense. You could have given it to me, it made sense. But I think that those guys at the end of the day really appreciate each other and appreciate what each of them's been able to do. And I was looking at it.
Oh, Luke, come on. Luke,
I'm serious.
Does TJ owe Myles Garrett an apology? Does TJ owe Myles Garrett an apology?
He doesn't owe him an apology.
Why not?
I don't think he does. He just doesn't. I mean,
What?
he said what he said, and I think you take a lot of it from how Myles answered the question, and he had that tongue-in-cheek grin and smirking, and I don't think that he needs to apologize for him. I think he was just joking.
With you and Bobby, I mean, that was the rivalry. That was amazing. Two of the best linebackers in the game. You have played each other in these games, like what we have tonight. They're on the field at the same time. They might dap each other up for 3 seconds. But does knowing the whole country is watching those, and you had a playoff one, you had a pick 6 with Bobby Wagner on the other side of the field. Do we have that? Can I see that? Let's just relive this for a second here. This is what you did with Bobby Wagner, your rival. Do you remember this? I'm sure you do.
I do remember that. And then I remember the next year we played him in it was either 16 or 17. We played him again, and Bobby had a pick. We were playing a home game. Bobby had a pick on like the 45-yard line. And I was like, oh my gosh, of course Bobby's gonna go make another play. So those guys, same thing with Levante. I don't think Levante has ever got the credit that he's deserved for what he's been able to do in Tampa. And
Yeah.
I think he's a stud. But when you're playing a game, and we were playing Bobby here, we were playing Levante or some of those other guys, and those guys make plays, you're like, dang, I got to go make one now. But there was no hard feelings between Bobby and Levante and I. None.
Are you had that pick 6. You weren't giving that ball up, Luke. I think Bobby Wagner's name is all over that ball because you're on the side. You carried it back to the sideline, and I have a feeling that has something to do with Bobby. So I'll ask you if you could explain it in terms of what you lived through playing against somebody like Bobby Wagner and Levante David, who, by the way, is on Up and Adams on Tuesday.
Let's go.
How much more does it mean when we're watching this tonight? What does it mean to know you are going up against the person that you are compared against?
I think that it adds a little bit to it. I think that if TJ gets a sack or Myles gets a sack, in the back of their mind, they're like, I'm up 1. And then TJ is going to be sitting on the bench and he's going to be watching, and he's going to go try to get one for himself. And that's, I think, what makes the game of football fun is there's all kinds of battles during the game. There's you versus the other team. There's you as a backer playing against the quarterback and the offensive lineman and the running backs. Mm-hmm. There's me matching up on tight ends and running backs out of the backfield. And then when you play a team that has a stud, you want to play better than that other guy. So that's what I think makes it fun, is it's not just there's your team battles and then there's your individual battles and then there's your battles with guys on the other side of the ball. I think that's what makes the game so fun, and I think that's why people enjoy watching it. Is you get to see TJ play defense, and you get to go see TJ in his game versus what Myles is able to do. It makes it fun.
I love that. Can't wait to see that tonight. Before they hit the field, though, I know that you love both of them. We're going to do a little tail of the tape. We're going to go through a couple categories here. Two of the best pass rushers tonight. It's Myles Garrett. It's T.J. Watt. It's Luke Kuechly on the spot. More than both of those under the bright lights here. You pick T.J. or Myles. Most sacks tonight.
Oh, I'm gonna go T.J. Watt, because I know Jameis is going to hold on to that football maybe a second longer than Russ would.
Love that. Who has the better bull rush?
What's that?
Who has the better bull rush? Who has the better bull rush?
I'm going to go TJ.
Why?
His effort playing and his toughness and physicality is, I think, second to none. His effort and passion and grit and willingness to play dirty is, I think, fantastic. But I mean, look at this picture of Myles. He should pay you guys for putting that picture. Look at his right arm. He can win.
Well, let's see.
He can win out.
Who would you be more scared of, Luke, to face as a quarterback?
Oh man, I think if you were just to look at both of them, I think Myles Garrett is pretty frightening looking.
Who would you be? Who makes it look easier?
I think Myles makes it. I think Myles makes it look easier, but I'm going to still hang my hat on TJ. Is I love his effort and tenacity and willingness to just go. His motor never stops. I think he does a great job in the run game and the pass game. I really like TJ, but if you were just to pull Myles off the bus and put him in a tank top, you're like, I don't know who that guy is, but I don't want anything to do with him.
I love that. We're going to have a couple more here, but we have somebody knocking at the door, dying to get in here. Dion Dawkins of the Buffalo Bills is disagreeing with you. And I didn't know we were going to have a bull rush off here. I didn't know we were going to have a little disagreement. Dion, get on in here. Hey.
This isn't a fair argument. You're going against a defensive guy versus a guy that has to go against him. It's not fair.
You're so elite. Not you just pulled me in here. I was in the I was on the bleachers, man, as a fan watching this. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, there's no hard feelings. But I mean, Bull Rush, it's Myles Garrett for sure. It's Myles. Because I mean, I get to play these guys, and you know, Myles is he's very gumbo-like-esque. So when he gets real gumbo-y and then he puts that right arm straight down the middle of your chest and pushes you backwards, it's kind of a no-brainer. So we're looking at this battle. It kind of sucks because the tackles are in between, like, a battle that they have. Hopefully they know what's going on, because if they're smart, they would know that they're in between two wrecking balls trying to, you know, be the biggest dog on the field. So good luck, you know, good luck to these guys.
I can't argue with that. I'm gonna leave that to Dion.
All right, Dion, you're going to stay in here. I'm going to get both of your answer. Which one, Myles or TJ, playing tonight, Cleveland Browns, Steelers, who's more valuable to their team right now? Dion?
Much you go, Dion.
Who's more valuable into their team? I think realistically, of the scheme of football, I think TJ is more valuable to his team.
Wow.
If we're talking about records, if we're talking about season position, the Steelers are 8-2. The Browns are 2-8. So with the Steelers being 8-2, they need TJ to really take over a football game and not let Myles be a problem. I mean, but even though, I mean, they can't really differentiate either one, but TJ needs to do his part. So if Myles goes crazy, it doesn't really matter, in a sense. You know, TJ needs to hold his weight because they're both game records. And if Myles wants, he could definitely turn that off button on to an offense. But TJ just needs to make sure that he does that as well.
Luke?
I'm gonna go Myles Garrett. I think with playing against Russell Wilson and his ability to scramble and extend plays and get outside the pocket, I think Myles Garrett needs to be disruptive, beat tackles quickly, keep him inside the pocket, hit him with that little Dion Dawkins long arm in his chest and get off. And I think for Cleveland to win, I think Myles has to play really well and create negative plays and win on third down, where I think that Pittsburgh's just the better football team. So if TJ has an off game, he can get picked up by those corners, those backers, and then certainly Russ on the offensive side of the ball.
We're going to do speed round here. So we're going to say bye to Luke. We're going to keep Dion on, but I do want to keep this going because I'm like, this is where else are you going to see this? This is unbelievable. Future Hall of Famer Luke Kuechly. We got a little offense, a little defense. Dion's super happy because we love the Bills. Who ends their career with more DPOYs? Luke.
Ooh, I'm gonna go TJ Watt, because all things the same, I think TJ is going to get more visibility these next couple years with Pittsburgh being really good.
Dion?
Myles. I'm going to go Myles, man. I'm going to go Myles. I play against Myles more, so I kind of know what he's capable of doing. Myles, for sure.
You're going to agitate TJ, who you might face in the playoffs, so there, Dion. We'll get back to that.
TJ as well.
Who would win, last one, who would win in a Gladiator Arena? Gladiator 2 coming out. It's so hot right now. Dion, who would win?
You know, I don't know. I mean, like, if we're talking about somebody like that puts the uniform on, who's going to be the first pick, it'll probably be Myles, because he looks like a mannequin. Like, he's just like a freak.
No, who wins? Who wins fighting to the death? Who wins?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully Myles.
Hopefully Myles.
Hopefully, Myles, man,
Who
you're
you got,
making
Luke?
TJ awfully mad right now. Hopefully, Myles, it's like it almost
That's
as
what I
if
think.
like maybe
I like
you don't want to face TJ. You don't want to face him, so you hope that Myles gets the best of him.
Yo, y'all are so
Who do
good
you
at
have,
spinning
Luke?
the pot. It's crazy.
We'll leave it here. We're going to say bye to Luke. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you for everything you do, and good luck to those Panthers. I'm sure Dion would love for those Panthers to take care of those Chiefs this week, wouldn't you, Dion?
I would love it. So please, come on, Keek.
Yeah, you guys
right.
want the home field
We love it.
advantage up there in Buffalo, huh?
Yeah, no, the home field advantage definitely helps. But, you know, like, if they're watching film and if they're studying, like, you have to do a good job of keeping Patrick Mahomes in places that he's not usually at. Like, he's not always in the pocket, so you can't let him get out of the pocket and do all that extra, you know, superstar stuff, which is what, like, he does best. You just got to keep him where he is.
All right, Luke, thanks so much. I don't know why we took me off camera. He's like, I can't, God forbid I fix my hair. I don't know what's going on. We're in our break. We are live. We appreciate you, Luke. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you next week, hopefully.
Thanks, guys.
See ya. All right, Dan, we're going to be on in like a minute. Just let him know that for me. Thanks. I'm sure he heard me. We didn't get to any hunches. That's why I didn't want to bring him in. Because then, you know. Don't love that.
Get some in tomorrow.
But those were all for tonight?
No. The hunches were for the weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't love that, though. Like, holistically, I don't know if that was the move. Okay. Excited. Are we against the clock with Dion?
No, we have time.
We have space. We can hang?
Yeah.
Would you do me a favor? Would you run out and get that? There's like a big makeup bag on the. Thanks. Oh, you are? Damon, can you hear me? Any chance there's like a cream, sort of says Up and Adams on it, like a bag? It's quite gigantic. No, he's got it. What didn't we get to with Luke? A lot. There were other questions from Twitter. Oh man, not
Twitter
great.
questions, hunch time. Yeah, and the Kuechly play. Yeah.
Not the move. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. I haven't talked to my snowman in a long time.
Oh no, not at this point. Yeah. Perfect time for Dion.
What?
Coming off that win.
I know.
In the bye week.
Jets suck.
The Jets.
Time to
still,
thrive.
yeah.
My boy Dion is thriving.
Yeah.
How much time do I have left? 30 seconds.
Okay. I have a feeling.
What? We're not going to get to it?
I mean, we can do it tomorrow, too. I don't want to short Dion.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either. Okay. You can update that. Three-time Pro Bowl left tackle for the Buffalo Bills, soon to be all snow tackle for the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen's best friend, or is he? Kincaid is coming for his throne. I think he starts his morning every day eating a Buffalo Snow Crunch cereal. Dion Dawkins, it's great. It is great to see you. What a time for you to be alive. Amazing.
Yes. I'm pushing for that all-pro snow lifestyle. I'm pushing for it, but I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed, but I'm here. I'm thankful I'm still breathing, so what's up?
What's up is that you took care of the Chiefs. That's what's up. You go into your bye week handing in their first loss of the season. I'm sure it meant a little bit more doing that. How did you celebrate?
How did we celebrate? We have like this place in Buffalo where like we go. So, you know, me, D-Ham, Vaughn, the guys, we get together with our family and we'll either play dominoes,
family.
eat a
Okay,
bunch
I was like,
yeah. We eat a bunch of food. We play dominoes. We might play some cards, and then we let the DJ spin records, and then we just vibe out. But it was calm, cool, and collect.
calm, cool, and collected is what we like to hear, though I wouldn't be if I got to do that. The O-line, my friend, has played so well all season. Fewest sacks in the freaking league up to this point. What is the secret sauce? What is the energy? What's working so well?
The connection. I think when it comes down to it, you have to really care about your quarterback, And I don't want to say that for any other line. Like, you really have to have a relationship with your quarterback. You really have to have a relationship with your offensive line brothers. Like Fridays, like Connor will throw a pizza party. Every Thursday, one of the guys in the room, and like we go down a line, we have O-line dinner. And it's a consistent thing of, the guys being around each other and really understanding who we are. And then that reflects the practice when we're communicating. And if I'm talking to Dave and I'm telling Dave, like, Dave, listen, bro, I don't want you to talk like that. I need you to talk like this. I don't need you to say this word. I need you to say this word. If the coach wants you to say this, okay, this is the same thing as this. But for us on the field, it has to equal to this. And for the players to understand the communication and not take it like, oh, he's being too much or this and that. Like, I think that in our room, guys are comfortable with being like who they are. And it's the beauty of it, because I'm drastically different. Like, and I say it, I'm drastically different. And like in a sense, like very weird on the field, like where we create our own language within our own language to communicate. And that's what the O-line does. Like, for me, all the way to the other side, like with Spencer, Spencer, Cybo, Connor, and Dave, like we all have like this weird inner language within a language that we communicate very, very well. And I think that the communication is top key, but when it comes down to it, like, we're a bunch of guys that actually enjoy each other.
Gosh, I thought the whole story was Buffalo was not going to be as good this year, and it was the Jets division. I thought the whole thing was Buffalo's going to take a little step back.
Oh, man. I know you ain't say that. No, yeah. Definitely, yeah. Like, that's what the world wants. The world consistently wants the Jets to be good. And in a lot of ways, like, we want the Jets to be good too. So, like, the battle can be just a little more, like,
Wow.
But when it comes down to it, you have good seasons, you have bad seasons. Things go right, things go wrong. Like, I know that I've started a rivalry with these guys, but like they'll figure it out, hopefully.
We'll get back to the Jets here, but there is this one's for I would call the football sickos out there. There's a world of O-line Twitter that is rightfully so obsessed with you, but really nitty gritty so obsessed with the snatch trap move.
Yeah.
Can you explain what's going on, what you're doing in these plays?
Yeah, this is what I've adapted and I've called the ice pick. It's just like, to give the full example of it, with being an offensive lineman, like, we're always on the attack. We're always being attacked. And in a football game, like an example, it's like if Kobe and LeBron James are playing each other, and let's say Kobe has the ball 100% of the time, and LeBron just has to play on defense the entire game, right? Kobe is coming at LeBron to try to score. Kobe is basically trying to sack our quarterback while LeBron is our left tackle. LeBron is one of the best players to ever play. Like, he has to find things that he can do to show his dominance on the football field. And this snatch that you call it, but it's called ice pick. It's something that, like, I done took a little more attention to, because it draws attention and it makes guys fall on their face. And it's basically like playing defense on offense, which is pretty cool. And it finally gives us big guys, a little tool in the toolbox to make somebody mad.
Dion, it's not a tool; it's a nuke. Let's stop
It's
right
a
there.
nuke.
It's what there's
It's a
one.
nuke.
There's one thing to tear D linemen down. It's another thing to
Yeah.
drop the groceries on them.
No, for sure. But the best part about it is when you slam them down and you fall right on top of them, and then they that's the best part. That's the best part because it's literally a body blow, a Mike Tyson and body blow, which is heaven. So it's pretty cool.
I mean, not a 2024 Mike Tyson body blow, to be clear.
Man, definitely not a 20 and 24, but I guarantee you that 2024 Mike Tyson can still do some damage to a lot of these little chumps out here that walk this earth. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. It's the truth.
All the D linemen in the NFL, Tyson could take you.
No, not all of them.
Okay, I know. This is a popular question here that I wanted to ask you from my producers here. Did you hear that players can use Barkley's backwards hurdle in Madden now?
Nah, for real?
Yeah.
Well, first of all,
so I guess
that's elite. That's elite. Like for him to, the only word that I could say is elite because Madden has been consistent for plus years. And for them to do this is like drastically different. But all it took was somebody to do it, and for Madden to.
But he only did it once.
But it happened. But it happened. The flu game happened one time. The flu game happened once. His buzzer beater, that iconic buzzer beater from MJ, that happened once. That's a part of the culture now. Now kids are going to be trying to do that almost
NBA, is that in the video game? I don't know. I guess it could.
You could.
All I'm saying, and I love Saquon, but he does it in a game once, and it's in Madden 2 seconds later. You've been using the ice pick. You've been using the ice pick for years.
Listen.
I would like to just say, Madden, next update. Dion, we're off. You and I need to get an in-season here. I'm trying to help you out here.
I'm telling you, you're on point because I've been poking. I've been poking because Madden is huge to the culture, but Madden doesn't have big guys on the cover. Big guys don't even want to play football anymore in certain ways because everything's about the skill guys and the 7-on-7 challenges and all this stuff. But guys like myself and Trent and Worfs and all these great tackles that are here that have the swag, these big guys have guys to look up to now. So it would be nice for them to see some of the big boys on the cover or even have the ice pick in the game because that's something that is a part of the culture now.
The ice pick should be in the game.
It's a part of the culture.
EA. Is it still EA? EA, if you're looking for a signature move, keep Dion in mind, please. Keep him in mind. It needs to be him. Little kids don't want to be O-linemen anymore. Most O-linemen are we want the big check and shut up. And Dion's put me on the cover, and that's why we love him, and that's why he is one of one. What should we ask next? I'm trying to think here. I mean, I want to talk about Josh, but I think we've talked about him all of the time. He's having this insane year. I mean, y'all have a 4.5 game lead. I'm looking at in this division.
Yeah.
You could be named AFC East division winners before you play next weekend. Did you know that?
It's insane. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a
here's my
cool
question.
thing.
What is the value of the 1 seed to you? What is the value?
I mean, we've never been there, so I don't know. But I think the 1 seed is cool because you get a bye, right? I'm asking you to answer. I think so, right? But you get a bye.
Yes,
So, who wouldn't want more rest time before it's time to go win a Super Bowl or to win that next game? I would say more rest time is the biggest key for a football player. And we're on our bye week now, and rest is key. So rest, I would say, the more rest, the better.
We love that. You guys haven't had it. Josh Allen's never had it in his era. The last time the Bills had it was 1993. That was, as you'll recall, the Bills' last Super Bowl appearance, which we love. My question for you, with the mentality of this team, though, do you need it? Do you feel like you need the 1 seed?
Anything to help, I would say yes. If the previous years we have not ever had the 1 seed, and we had the results that we had, I mean, let's see what happens when we do have a different type of outcome or with the result of having the 1 seed. You know, it could change the whole dynamic of what's going to happen. Maybe we've always needed that extra break. Maybe, who knows? Because the Chiefs always got it, and they've always won. So who knows? You never know.
If you get this win over the Chiefs, it's all anybody wants to talk about, but there's good reason for it. You're sort of, you know what's up. It's the playoffs. It's the regular season. So everybody talks about. When you look at that January, I was watching your post game in January after you lost to the Chiefs. It was the two different. There's Dion who's winning, and there's Dion who just got tossed out of the playoffs. It's such a difference. When you are looking at those teams objectively, which team is more different? Are the Chiefs worse and you guys are better? When you look at from January to this regular season win, what are the differences?
There's it's just two good teams playing. So I don't really see no differences. Because we've beat them in the regular season and lost in the playoffs. And we've came close to beating them in the regular season and also lost in the playoffs. And we've also came close to winning in the playoffs. But when it comes down to it, it's two good teams that play each other, where we have two elite quarterbacks, we have two elite coaches, we have two elite teams. And I think when it comes down to it, it's just one of those battles that it can be either way every time. And that's to give the and respect where the and respect is due. Like, we're talking about a team that has a rap sheet of Super Bowls. Like, you can't never say, oh, but we got their ticket or this and that, because this is not our Super Bowl. This is just a win.
But how much better is this Bills team than the one that lost in January?
Yeah. This is definitely a better team. It's a more rounded team. I would say it's a more stable, concrete team, because there's so many different ways that we can win a football game now. Our D-line is healthy. Yes. They're at their peak. Our tight ends are doing their big one. We got our receivers that there's so many different numbers that is getting called 10, 13, like all these one, like Coop just came in and just was like, look, I'm here. Like, we got our running backs, and then you have your O-line that is doing a great job of protecting Josh Allen. So I think when it comes down to it, it's a well-rounded, stable team where if you're building a building, that concrete it's in the ground. So, it's a dope feeling to have a well-rounded
I feel like
team.
the offense is similar. When I was thinking, what is his answer to that going to be? Offense is similar, quarterback similar. It's the defense, I think, that has taken a step up. And then you're mentioning stability, which I love. And we'll see them in the playoffs. Yeah, love it. Dion, anything else you want to get out there really quick? We're going to take a TV break, but you are going to be live on YouTube, so don't you let it rip. Anything else you want to get into? You don't want to just... are you having the time of your life hating the Jets right now, or like watching them spiral? What's the story?
I ain't even thinking... I'm not thinking about the Jets. I'm not thinking about the... I know, I never said I don't hate them. I never said that, but I ain't thinking about them. I'm definitely not thinking about them. It's bye week. Yeah, it's bye week. But you are correct, though, about that defense.
Have you seen some apologies from these Jets fans? I need to know what this felt like. Here's a couple.
It is the funniest thing ever. It is the funniest thing ever. They tweet at me and they're just like, Dion, maybe he was right, but I'm just saying.
Here's one. Like, Joe says, far too often, everything Dion Dawkins said about the Jets late last year looks somewhat true. No. Krista says, this team is so bad I can't even defend them from Dion Dawkins' trash talk anymore. I hate it here. And then we have Brandon saying, I think it's time we have a conversation about how Dion Dawkins was insanely correct about a group of social media influencers we call a football team. What would you like to say to Gang Green?
What I want to say, Gang, I don't want to say nothing. I just want to let your inner life circle tell on itself, because everybody tells on themselves. And like I said when I talked about this before, time will always tell the truth for who's the best, who's the worst, who's real, who's fake, who's the best. It's
what am I watching right here, mister? I don't want to say anything.
You're
really?
Watching my debut for the WWE right here. This is my debut. I ran in there like Stone Cold, and I caused a bunch of havoc. I'm throwing food around.
That's what that is. Yeah.
And I'm beating on dudes. So this is the WWE into its fullest.
That's what that is. Nothing to do. I mean, it's just random that Quincy and Aaron are in there. It's got nothing to do with those guys. I get it. Hey,
no, it has everything to do with them.
Everyone's saying Dalton Kincaid is the biggest hype man for Josh Allen. I don't know that we can let that stand. He wears one T-shirt on the sideline of a game, but he's all of a sudden like the biggest JA guy. What is this?
I love it. You know, we're all Josh's biggest fans and biggest hype man, but you know, Dalton is
Dion. This says the Bills. Your own family said this is the ultimate hype guy. I think they got it wrong.
Nah, they got it right. They got it right. I'll hand this crown over. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good.
I can't even get a little something out of Dion. Dion, you are so locked in.
We love our quarterback.
Eyes on the prize.
We love our quarterback.
Eyes on the... Yeah. We love your quarterback.
We could all love him.
I love your quarterback.
We could all love him.
I just thought I thought you might have a problem with that.
Never.
Just saying. You're the best. Love seeing you. Can't wait for that all Schno. Let's go. All Schno time.
All pro Schno. Love.
Enjoy those. I don't see any Schno behind you, Mr. On a bye week there. So awesome to talk to a legendary guest here on our program in Dion Dawkins. Anytime, any place, would love to interview him. And hopefully they have a good bye week. They are absolutely crushing it. How much time do we have left in our show? I think somebody was trying to say something to me, but I couldn't hear it. What would you like to do in those 40 seconds? Oh, okay. We've got the big game tonight between Myles Garrett and TJ Watt and a couple great quarterbacks. Jameis Winston wild card. This will be must-see prime video up against the Steelers. Head on over to FanDuel Sportsbook. You can look at some props that Mr. Gronkowski and I talked about in the game. You have a 30% profit boost on live bets. That is what's going on for your Thursday night. Here's mine. Jerry Jeudy, little Najee Harris, big faith in him. Steelers, Super Bowl bound. We'll see. They got to get past this division rival to kick off week 13? 13? Week 13, week 12? Hamilton, wake the F up. We will be back tomorrow. Goodbye. Which week is it?